Put 100 PM candidates in a room and ask every one of them the same question. How would you improve Zomato? I assure you, 95 will say the exact same three things. Add filters, add offers, maybe add another button. Yeah, I've sat on the other side of that table as an interviewer. And here's the twist. By the second answer, I, as an interviewer, would have already mentally checked out. Not because your answer was wrong, but because it was forgettable. It sounded like everyone else's. And it's almost never a product sense problem. It's actually an observation problem. In the next few minutes, I'm going to give you four questions that turn a generic answer into one that sounds 10 times more senior. And that too on any product that you are handed during the interview. But hey, fair warning, this is not a framework video. If you are here for one more template to memorize, please close this right away because that is not what we are going to cover. It is a way to think. Real product management is about understanding the depth of the problem. Now, a quick one before we start. Which company's PM interview really scares you? Because we will cover it in an upcoming video. Put it in the comments. Now, let's begin. Why does every answer sound the same? Here is what most PM prep actually looks like. Same framework, same memorized structure, and that too copied and repeated mindlessly 1,000 times, regardless of the question. And look, I'm not saying frameworks are bad. Running them mindlessly on autopilot, that's the problem. Because if your answer fits a template, so does everyone else's, right? Templates don't make you stand out, they make you blend in. There is even data on this. The World Economic Forum survey of 2025-26 says that around 40% of the skills that people are prepping for right now will be outdated by 2030. That means there is a clock ticking. Memorized answers are standing still while the industry is moving. So, why do these answers sound identical? That's because of shallow observation. Features are just the tip of the iceberg, the part that everyone seems to see. But the real product lives under the waterline. The behavior, the habits, the trade offs. Strong product managers answer from down there. Now, watch what most people do instead. The question lands, and within 5 seconds, they are sprinting straight towards features. It feels productive, yes. You are feeling the silence, you are sounding productive. But see, a pile of features is a list, it's not really a decision. And product managers don't get paid for lists. That's what ChatGPT is for. PMs get paid for decisions. So here's the fix. And it's the opposite of what you might be thinking. Stop collecting more products to study. Take one product that you actually use and ask it four hard questions. Remember, depth beats breadth every time. These four questions are actually the whole game. If you want breakdowns like this every week, by the way, take 1 second and subscribe. Now, let's get into those questions, shall we? Question one. Who is this product really for? Right? Who is the core user? And the answer cannot be everyone. Like for Zomato, it can't be people who like food. Here is how I would reason it. Zomato isn't built for everyone equally. It's built around one primary person, probably the repeat urban orderer who values convenience over almost everything. That's a hypothesis you can defend, not a fact I'm handing you. So name that person, and every answer after it gets sharper. Let me show you the difference on Uber as an example. The generic answer to improve Uber would be add more cars, drop the prices, etc. It's not wrong, but it's just that what everyone will say. Now, here is a more reasoned answer, shall we? The core user of Uber is a person who requires a reliable ride in minutes. So the real fix is ETA accuracy and driver cancellations, right? So same questions, but the previous answer was a checklist, while this one sounds like it came from someone who has actually run the product, isn't it? Yes, this is the way we figure out who is the core user, what are their current pain points, and based on that, give suggestions on improving a product. Okay. Now, let's say question two. What keeps the user coming back? Right? For example, what behavior is the product really optimizing? Not the screen, the behavior. Like Zomato isn't optimizing food, it's optimizing a loop: hunger, then habit, then repeat ordering. Once you can see that loop, you stop suggesting random features and start protecting that particular loop. Same thing with Instagram, right? The lazy answer to improve Instagram would be add more photo filters. But think about what Instagram actually runs on, right? It runs on one habit: open, then scroll, and then come back. So, a more reasoned answer would be make the feed more relevant and just protect that habit. See what happened there? You stopped naming a button, a whole new feature. You started naming the behavior, right? And this is a time tested method to tell the recruiter that you understand what makes the people get hooked to a product. Question three. What trade off did the team accept? What did they really give up to build a feature? Because every product gave something up to build itself. For example, Zomato traded choice for speed. That's why you don't get 50 filters staring at you on the home screen. Fewer options, faster decisions. Now, that's a defensible read, not a gospel. But the moment you name a trade off like that out loud, you sound like someone who has actually been in the room where the decision was made. Take WhatsApp, for example. A generic answer to improve WhatsApp here would be to just keep piling things on, like add stories, add payments, add games, add a news feed, whatnot. A more reasoned answer does quite the opposite. WhatsApp traded features for one thing, and that was reliability. A message that just gets sent every single time and it lands. Pile on the clutter and you break that one promise. So, a senior move here isn't adding, it's actually refusing to add. Yes, and that is one core skill that will differentiate you from 99 other candidates who will just keep on suggesting more things to add. Remember, they said improve, right? Now, question four, and this one is the one that almost no one picks. What should not be built? Anyone can add things, right? But saying, I would refuse to build this, and here is exactly why, that is the strongest seniority signal there is. Great product managers subtract. Netflix is my favorite example of this. A generic way to improve Netflix would be bring back 5-star ratings, give people more options, etc. But a more reasoned answer actually knows the history. Netflix killed the 5-star ratings back in 2017 and they moved to a simple thumbs up, thumbs down. Why? Because those stars measured what people said they would watch. All those serious documentaries they rated 5 stars, but then never opened. Yeah, basically tagging them for a future watch. Yeah, that's not what they actually pressed play upon. Yep. So when thumbs were introduced, people used them more and the data just became more honest. So if your big idea is to rebuild the exact thing they deliberately removed, yeah, you've just shown you don't know why they removed it. Yes, this one small change in your answer will bring about a major change in perception of the recruiter towards you, and it might just get you hired. All right. So let's get to the bottom line, right? The next time someone says improve Zomato, don't answer the app, answer the behavior. The question says Zomato, but the real answer is hunger, habit, and trade offs. Run these four questions every single time: core user, core behavior, the trade off, and what not to build. Yes, that's the difference between a list and a decision. And it's not just my opinion. That same WEF data, it ranks analytical thinking the number one skill that employers want these days. 7 in 10 companies call it essential. It doesn't just validate my four questions specifically. It also tells you which way the market's leaning towards. It's rewarding reasoning over memorized structure. Templates decay, but reasoning just compounds. One gets you through just a screening round, the other builds a career. Because here is what the interviewer is really testing, not what you can add yet again to an existing plethora of features, but rather how you think. If this made product sense click for you, do three quick things, please. Hit like so it reaches the next person preparing for the interview. Subscribe if you are not already, and share it with the one friend who keeps giving the add a filter answer. I've also put all four questions with worked out examples on real products into my free PM guide. It's linked below in the description and it costs you a full $0. And if you want me to pressure test your actual answers, the coaching links down there too. Remember, good preparation beats good luck every time. I'm Coach Sumant and I'll see you in the next one.